what's happening, Charles? What's up, Charles?
Hey, hello there. Hello there. It is a Friday night. It is 8 o'clock Central.
Is that time zone even real, Charles?
And so that means it's
I've
time
heard
to start
about it, and I know that there's a distant land where they call the time zone Central. It's a
So,
thing. So a needle pulling thread.
oh my.
No law, I know
We
to
haven't
follow
started yet. You can't be off the rails already.
A drink with jam and bread that will bring.
All right, so that is that. All
That
right,
is the
so,
show tonight, guys.
well,
Thank you for coming
welcome
by.
in, everybody. I want to say hello to Dennis Ellis, who was our first one in that we can see here. Followed quickly by OU812. Unfucking believable.
OU812. And unmother freaking believable. Sorry.
Followed by Patrick Trites.
What up, PT?
Then we got our buddy Cushman NYC.
NYC.
Vox Guitar Rocks is in the house. Our music in law, Ryan Hall.
Give me a hug, homie.
And then there was a lot of talking in between all that. And then Wayne McConnell popped in with Hello Peeps.
What up, Wayne? Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And then folks are just talking and talking and talking. And Symmetry popped in.
What up, Sim?
Hello there, Trev. Appreciate it. Of course, not to be outdone is Big Wave Dave in the chat.
Yep, you don't want to be surfing pipe on the wrong day. You're going to take it and you're going to end up getting hurt. It happens. 14 stitches and a broken nose, Charles.
Wow.
Yep.
Then we got our buddy Bo, Guitar Man 45 in the chat.
What up, Bo? And a severe concussion, I should add. That would, again, explain things a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
One of
many. Our buddy Internationally Insane Studios is in the chat.
Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Gosh, I shouldn't curse, but gosh darn it.
No,
I had the Headless USA pick with me for like days, and now it's probably underneath the computer.
Well, while you look for your pick, I'm going to welcome in Paul McNary and all the cats.
I was almost doing cat things for somebody else. I got to remember Paul and all of the cats. Hold on. How many cats do you think, Charles?
I'm going with 11.
Meow, 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 meow. Okay.
Well, hello there, Randy Crooks. Welcome in, my friend.
What up, Randy? Sorry about that. Sorry that you had to witness that, Randy. No,
and then cool. Ben is in the chat as well. Ben is in the chat as well.
Thank you for showing up, Ben.
Welcome up. Welcome in. And we got the hitman, Dwight Bailey.
What up, Dwight?
Our buddy Eddie Fay.
Eddie. You know, that's because guitar cases is such a big topic, Charles. Everybody had to be here because what the hell? What do you stick it in, Charles?
Let's just say that Rico V is here. I love it. And Stephen Monch Maselli is here with us.
What up, Monch? What you doing? What you making?
And we got BC Rich 581.
That washing machine is so loud, Charles. It could go through the
wall.
wall.
Would you stop complaining about the damn washing machine already?
It could go through the wall at any moment. I expect to hear clash, boom, snap.
Steve Rezer is here. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. This is taking long today. Hit Metalworks is in the chat.
I thought there was a chopper landing on the roof. It's not. Okay, thank God the cycle is over. It was giving me flashbacks. It was like a chopper was landing, and I thought Chuck Norris was going to come in here and break in and pull me out, like I was being rescued.
Well, I think we've made it through our folks in the chat. Now we've got a lot of comments here where folks have already told us about their choices here. But the topic is, of course, guitar storage, cases, gig bags, rack, or hangers, and what are you using and why are you using it? And what works best? And I tell you, I'm telling you, Seth,
we all use them.
Doing it all.
I'm just saying we all do it all. Exactly.
I mean, I got guitars on the rack. I've got guitars on hangers. I've got guitars in their cases and a guitar in a gig bag and guitars just leaning up against everything. So,
well, when you're piled with guitars, but I think that one of the takeaways that could be from the discussion is that gig bags have come a long way, and they're like really popular and they're so handy, right? Versus a hard shell case. But then again, there's times that if you don't have your hard shell case for the right guitar, you're just gonna
be out of luck.
Well, you're gonna damage it. I damaged my guitars by accident by not putting them in a good enough case and traveling with them. And
Quentin James is in the house, and he says, "Digging everything got a hard case. Now he's got a floor rack."
I've got tons of rack storage. So I got 4 on that wall, and 6 on this wall. So I got 10 that I can hang, which was the idea, so that you'd walk into this room, Charles, and I could have 10 rotators on duty. If you're buying from, locally from customs, and then I'd have like my higher end stuff in the cases, like anything over 1,200, would go in the case, and then you open it. Okay, check out this. This is not the rotator series. It's whatever the elite series or whatever the next. I'd probably call it I don't know what I'd call it. Damn it. What would I call it? Hey, could you fabric top one of those guitars that's hollow, like the strap bodies that are weird that they cut all the holes in? There's a hole here, a hole here, a hole here, a hole here, and it's probably super light. Could you fabric top that and it would be super light and kind of hollow?
If you're relying on the top to vibrate,
no.
Okay? If you're relying on the top to vibrate, you don't want to fabric top it, right?
Right. I'm not.
So if you're doing like you wouldn't want to do it with a thin line guitar, right? You wouldn't want to do it with it. But if it's just a guitar that's done like that for weight reduction, then you can fabric top that all day long.
So that's a thought, because that would be pretty extremely light. And fairly durable, although that would be unique. Maybe we should try that. I thought I had a customer who wanted, a very, very light guitar and essentially wanted to remove weight from her existing guitar, which I was like, okay, here's what you do. You find yourself a leprechaun, all right? And you convince the leprechaun, do magic on your guitar, because you're not really pulling weight out of your Strat. Sorry, it's heavier than you want it to be, but it is what it's like you married your Strat. Don't complain, right?
All right. Well, I've kind of got a strategy with which storage methods I'm using depending on guitar.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, those get hung because they're what have to be shown off for the show. Right?
Okay.
So that's the hangers. On the racks are the guitars that I would like to routinely play. The ones that are in rotation. The one I'm currently playing is usually sitting right here next to me in hand's reach.
Right.
And, of course, and then, and then if it's not going to be played for a while, it goes into a case or a gig bag. Now, there is one difference in all of that. Chances are, if I'm hiding a guitar, because sometimes a fella's got to do that,
right?
It's going to be in a hard case. And that hard case is going to be stored between two other hard cases that are empty, usually. Yeah. Or just underneath my desk, underneath an empty case. I'm just saying it could be that could be going on. And sometimes when I've got a guitar I don't want my wife to see, I just put it on a rack with all the other ones.
Because it blends right in plain sight. Sometimes it's better to have it out there anyway, because then it's like, why would I have a brand new guitar just out? I mean, come on. That I saw a Carbon today for sale. $2,000. I wanted it, but no.
If I'm hiding guitar, it's underneath my desk. Love it, Terry.
All right. Didn't we do the secret guitar, the show? Like, have you ever had a guitar?
Yeah, it was revealed in the secret guitar show, but sometimes things have to go on. So, Seth, what about you? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put up a couple responses as we go through, but what is your method? What are you doing in terms of all that?
I put my goodies in the goodie boxes and most of my Presleys, because I just don't have a case for every one of them. I got a case for a few of the ones that I could sell, but if somebody wanted to order all of them, I'd have to get some cases, because the cases are $150 now. Mm-hmm. They used to be, when I first was buying them, they were $110, and now they're $150. So that's kind of, and then no one that buys the guitar really wants to absorb that $150, and I'm not getting it at cost for $85 or something. So that's kind of difficult. But although they make really fantastic gig bags that you can get for about $90.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not the little tweed ones that I like, that they went up in cost so much. Yep.
So, and I think everybody's a little bit different, right? There's a kind of couple different schools of thought on it. If it's out, I'm going to play it. If it's in a case, maybe I don't, right? But then you got sometimes you have your special guitars that you want protected above all else. Or it could be your living situation where you got young kids, and if it's not in a hard shell case,
kids, animals, like not a dedicated studio space, which I get. It's a thing. You don't always have that. So we're very lucky, most of our community, that we have the spaces and the in some households, dude, you wouldn't even have your 71 SG up on a table on a stand, because if you have 3 11-year-olds over, God knows what could happen. They're throwing footballs around and stuff, or playing Nerf or something like that. You never know. Although this door you can lock and keep the kids out, but stay away, children of the damned. I'm a big fan of just casing up the ones that, even though this guitar has the most dings and dents on it, and it really doesn't need to be in a case, for some reason I feel like if it's in a case, wedged in my secret spot underneath where it's difficult to get, the odds of it disappearing are less, because somebody would come in, and most people don't know guitars, or even this one isn't even super valuable. So if you're stealing guitars, steal these 8 first. Right? And then these other ones are going to be a little bit harder to get in the closet. You might start stealing amps before you got to those guitars, right?
Right.
Because I've got some cool shit. Like I have the Mesa and the Fender. Like people would be like, okay, grab this, grab these, before I think they would really get to that. But the only thing that would suck about losing it wouldn't be the money. It would be the fact that is my dad's guitar that he shredded, that I watched him shred on, and that he did, that he played and had fun playing on. So that's the reason why that guitar is cool.
Beyond so, yeah.
So that's why it stays in the case, right? In the case. It would go into a gig bag if I was going to gigs, because I don't mind putting it, because it's all, like I said, it's all dinged up and it doesn't matter, but it goes in a case for storage, because cases store well, don't they? They slide right in.
But It depends on how if you're doing the hard shell cases, they tend to take up a whole bunch more room, right? And so you got to figure out where those are all going to go and where they can be. So
you got to have a dedicated closet space almost for them, and be able to do 4 or 5, do a stack. You got to have a little spot where you can stack them, or they go into the garage.
And Ben has most of his on racks, and the rest are in cases.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the Martin lives in a case now.
Oh, well, Ben is set up like a studio musician, like to be able to pull over and get the sounds. This sound, this sound, this sound, that sound. Done. That pedal, turn this up, turn that up. Done.
Randy has racks and stands for his electrics and maybe 4 cases and the rest of resting gig bags there.
Oh, good. That's a good ratio to get.
Mm-hmm.
Cases versus number of guitars. How many? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Call it 10. Go ahead. Sorry.
Bo was counting his hangers and he ran out of fingers. So, so I guess he has more than 10 hangers, huh?
Well, I'm sorry. Say that again.
Said Bo was counting his hangers, but he ran out of fingers. And so
yeah, I get it. He's got plenty. But yeah, I guess that I was counting the cases and I've got like 10 cases total. And I've got, more than 20 guitars. So I have a lot of guitars not in cases.
So Stephen Moshpacelli, he was flying with a guitar and he was on a trip from Connecticut to Texas and he landed and his 12-string was in another country.
Ooh.
He was going nuts with all the phone calls. And so finally it shows up at 1:30 a.m. Central Time, mind you, at his friend's house in Texas.
So he has found the time warp that for many of us doesn't exist. Central Time. Do you see what Rico B said? This is funny, Rico, that you say this because this has come up recently in my life. Somebody texted me on Reverb and had recently purchased the first Presley custom that I sold on Reverb. Repurchased. And they were all stoked. They loved it. Why do you hide your guitar? I used to live in a bad neighborhood, but I hide my guitars because I used to live in a bad neighborhood.
I'm hiding my guitars because I don't have Bo money and I'm buying guitars. So.
And his wife is gonna get. But I always have here's the thing, Bo, like growing up how I grew up, I see things, I'm like, hey honey, you see that bike is unlocked? Like, I don't know, and I'm not gonna steal it because I haven't even as a kid, but then it's just the mentality, because growing up and always kind of seeing stuff, I'm like, hey, we could take that, anyway. So that's why I hide my guitars, so I won't steal them.
So you won't steal them. That's as good a reason as any. Yeah. Eddie Fay is saying, is that Gresh in the soft, cushy chair behind you just relaxing? Yes, it is. It's tired from being played, and it deserves a rest.
It does deserve to chill, and it deserves a place of prominence. Yeah, it wants to look good. And
it just drives Ben nuts that it sits there right up against that door like that, but that door can't be opened. So like Ben freaks out that someone's going to try to open that door. My family knows you don't touch that door, and that door is already put in a position where it can't be opened. So,
see, that's what we were just talking about. There's no 11-year-olds, because if there were, that guitar would not be in that position. If there was 3 11-year-olds, that guitar would be in a different position for sure. Maybe in a case.
Yep, and Eddie Fay says, I buy cushy chairs for display my favorite guitars. That's how I spoil them.
Oh man, I would say that bean bags are way less expensive than cases. So if you receive a package from me that is just looks like 2 bean bags taped together with a guitar inside, could be. Shipping would be crazy though.
Vox Guitar Rock says his German Shepherd dogs love to relic his guitars for him.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that this one, the SG This is my brother's SG. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure that there's some dog rollicking involved at some point.
There very well might be.
This thing is fantastic.
It's seen some stuff, huh? Well, BC Rich has a small utility room where he hangs up all his basses and most of his guitars, and then he keeps his heavy rotation guitars out for accessibility. And Ryan says you can't play them if you don't whip them out. They've got to be out to be played.
Sometimes you got to whip it out. Just saying. I'm talking about my guitar, Charles.
I hope you are.
This is the number one. This is the Strat that goes like this.
Oh, this is your pride and joy Strat.
Yeah, this is my number one. This is my dad's
right.
Strat. Yeah, one volume, one tone, baby. It's all you need, kid. And a micro tilt that no one's ever tilted. Although I picked it up and I was like, oh, I can only play this guitar currently with gain. Look at the hardtail.
There you go.
But it has a trim because it has the interior weird trim that the Dan Smith. It's the Dan Smith era. It's a E3. So 83 it's supposed to be, but they were kind of shifty on the so that you can tell it's buzzy it's really clean if you play it light, but as soon as you get in,
yeah.
So the truss rod needs an adjustment. Probably the frets need to be done. But here's the thing: play it with gain, and you're good because it buzzes anyway. Anyway, keep it in a case. Why don't you?
Well, if your name is unfucking believable,
Okay.
you might be storing your guitar like this.
Oh, leaned up against the
Leaning up
Solana.
against the amp, out there ready to be played, in arm's reach.
Soldano, no less, though. That thing's got a little bit of action involved. Mm-hmm. What speakers are in that cab is something that I want to know. Looking at it. Celestian something, probably.
Yeah, it says Celestian speakers. It says Celestian on the bottom, so it's got Celestian speakers.
Beautiful. I run a Swamp Thing and a Delta Blues 210s in my half stack cab, and it's Swamp Thing Delta Blues with that Mesa, and it's beautiful.
So Eddie Fay says when he was in Marine Corps, the gear they worked on was in rugged shelter, so it was easy to pack a guitar and other fun stuff in the shelters when they were deployed. So he would not deploy without a guitar.
I got the same text. Yeah, that's dope, dude.
I'm worried about you.
Well, he has so many. He has so many awesome guitars. He's got. I think he sent me pictures of the Framuses.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Me jealous. But I've got cool guitars too. But I used to joke about I'd rather have $100,000 cars than $100,000 car.
Ben says that Soldano means Chris is eating PB&J for a month.
Oh man, but I mean sometimes it's worth it, right? You could also toast the bread on the back of it. Mm-hmm. Good times.
Quentin is saying I used to use 412 cabs, you bunch of Cindy's.
I get it. I used to too. And I have the 85 watts Fender that I can run into. That's a 210, and I can run that into the other cab, and I'll have 410 with that, which is a lot.
You have a goat request.
Fucking finally. Thought they never'd ask. It came with an instruction book.
No, it didn't.
I think it's more of a little story book. I didn't invest the time to read it. Maybe we should read it to our audience and they can know how Eddie got to join the family. He's a lucky goat. He is a lucky goat.
Well, Steven says there's nothing wrong with a good PB&J as long as you wash your hands before you grab your axe.
Good point. Good point. I don't wash my... Yeah. This has got a lot of PB&J oil on it. Mm-hmm. A lot of oil. But, yep. Oh, it's so buzzy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know I was learning, Charles?
What were you learning?
You never heard that before, have you?
Never.
But you want to be able to pull that out if somebody says, oh, what is it? Right here. Showing that I'm old, that I even know that song. But as far as I know, that song was written for Back to the Future. I'm just joking. But that's what you say if you want to sound young. That's the song that it's from Back to the Future. And you're like, yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
But remember back in the day, that was freaking, and they play it so fast. The tempo's like, it's shredding.
So Vox Guitar Rocks hates it when his guitar wants to catch a buzz?
Just don't play a clean tone. That's what's happening with that guitar. But then I pick up the Gibson.
Ben, you missed the first face palm. That was the second one. Just so you know. Keeping track now, they are.
The Gibson plays perfect. All the open chords and all that. No buzzy. I think that neck is a lot more stable. I don't know. Also, that I just had never wanted to do anything to the Strat just because I was like, it probably buzzed when my dad played it. Go and make it perfect.
So when you ship out of Presley, they all tend to go out in hard cases, right?
Yes, that's the way I used to love to do it. Was it went out in a teardrop hard shell case that is $150. Mm-hmm. So, and then people will hit me up and they'll say, "Hey, this $1,000 guitar, can I have it for $800?" And I'll say no. And then I'll say, if you want to provide your own case or pick it up and you got your own case, or you want a gig bag, then we can negotiate that. And most times they want a gig bag that's just for shipping, or they are local and have their own case. And then up until about a year ago, people didn't even trip. They just bought the whole package, which is kind of the way I like to do it, because I want to send the thing in a damn case. Case is $250. Thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. And it's a nice case that it comes in. It's a tweed teardrop hard shell, usually burgundy plush lined. It's from Alan Eden. Do you want me to pull it up, Charles?
If you like, you can. Sure. Guitar Man 45 is saying, well, some cases are over $250. And it was just the point there really was, it's something extra that Seth likes to provide when he sends out a Presley, and just for the case to have gone up that much in price is a little bit unnerving. Flight cases are really expensive.
Well, that's the deal, right? Flight cases. If you really want to, there we go.
And Vox Guitar Rock says Gibson wanted $200 for the soft case that my LP came with. Oh my.
149.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like when you bought a new guitar, they used to all come in, they used to all come with hard cases at one point, and then they started doing just a gig bag thing, and then some of them were just you just get the guitar. And Quentin James says he wants his $1,000 guitar in a $40 gig bag.
I know. But here's the thing, Quentin. I also have the customers that don't even talk about price. They just are stoked that they know that they're getting. So and so here's the thing. I now have the laser access to the laser engraver, so I can laser engrave Presley on the outside of that thing.
Oh, cool.
Yep, and make it a little bit cooler for you. That's it. But they stand up on the end too. So if you have them standing up, but they will. If you got 11-year-olds, they will get knocked over.
Yeah.
But and the lining there is very bright with bright lighting. It typically isn't that. But $149.99, and that's shipped usually. That. Oh wait, nope, that's not shipped. So you'd have to calculate shipping at checkout. Oh boy. Right.
So a couple things in the chat here. Vox Guitar Rocks is saying his $650 Martin came in a gig bag. The first thing he did was to buy a hard shell case. And Stephen Moshmaselli is saying when he bought his Les Paul back in '79, he had to pay an extra $100 for the hard shell.
What up, Bonker?
And BC Rich apparently got a deal because he says, I was lucky. I was able to get an anvil to fit my Strat Styles for $200 shipped on a great sale, and it was really bulletproof.
Anvils are absolutely bulletproof. $200 shipped is amazing.
Built into frame, everything.
Totally, that's killer. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to go if you have something that's like priceless.
So Steven says 11-year-olds are easy to knock over.
Trust me, if you want to have fun doing that, go to a Green Day concert. That's the best. It's the best time ever. You feel like a giant until you see a couple of the real giants, and you're like, oh, here you are a real giant. Let me clear the way for you.
And I like Bo's style here. He says, usually I tell my supplier, no case, no sale. We'll go elsewhere.
Right. No case, no sale. But then don't break them down too much. I mean, well, especially if they're me. I'm just trying to, and I'll tell you exactly. It's not. Here's the thing. Some places are trying to make a markup.
He's a repeat customer, right? You take care of Bo. He's a repeat customer.
And some people are trying to make a markup on the case. They're getting the case for $80, and they're trying to sell it to you for $150 or $300. That's not cool. I'm not trying to make a markup. I'm always happy to share. I'm one of the only builders that, or there's a few of us that will go ahead and share what our parts prices are with the customer so we can land on the deal. Like I had a request to build a Jaguar, Kurt Cobain style Jaguar with some custom pickups with Duncan and whatever pickups, and the pickups are going to be expensive. So we had to get that, get over that hump first, that, hey, you're looking at 300 and 300, maybe 350 in pickups before you even start talking about what body, what neck, what all the other stuff. So,
all right. So is there a case you won't use?
Ooh. We've all had them. Those Fender cases that are from the mid 90s that are the hard molded, that are hard to latch, and sometimes they just freaking pop open. And there's a couple of Gibson style cases out there too that are ones that are just like ching, and it just pops open, and people's guitars just jump out of the case onto the floor and commit guitar aside.
Pokemon Keith H, and Keith H says, I wouldn't put it in a basket case. You gotta love these folks.
Just saying that if you are, have you seen the cases that just pop open?
Yeah, those are the hard, the molded plastic ones, and they get
Some of the Fender ones,
latch on it, but it doesn't seem to stay latched
it
very
just
well.
and then gone. I have a couple of my cases here in the back that are I do sticker cases. That's something that I've done for years and years. Hold on here. Sorry. You've never gigged with me, so you've never seen but we've got stickers falling all off of it. I used to sell beer, so I had all the beer stickers.
Oh God!
Hold on. This is just one side. This is the beer side.
All right.
And then the back side here, because I live in California. This is legal cannabis stickers mainly. So, yep. Well, there's a lot of beer stickers on this side too, but there's 50-50 on this. I use beer stickers where I had to fill in. But so that's one of my. Oh, also look at the handle on this one. You lose your handle?
Oh, that is classy. That is classy.
This is my case from number one. This was my dad's case, and he had a different rope type strap, but I replaced it with a cord that was out of my hang gliding gear. Kind of cool, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, sure.
Sticker case, and I got 3 sticker cases.
Look, Quentin James, he does not like those acoustic chipboard cases.
Oh yes, those are the worst. If you get them wet, they turn into mush.
Yeah, and Ben talking about the cardboard cases referred to as soft shell. I think that's the same case, right? Same thing here. And yeah, I typically if I get an older guitar and it has those, I usually ditch that case. That case usually finds its way into the trash because they're just not worth much.
This is sticker case number 2.
Oh my!
This one actually was done with this is ADD. Hold on, let me go like this. There we go. All the way across. All right, that's one side. Then we got the.
Well, Unbelievable says the Badlands cases are like that. They kind of pop open.
Oh, that's not good.
That's surprising to me.
Could just be a faulty latch, and they're hella cool. They'll hook you up.
So Ryan Hall says his Ovation 66 has got the best case ever. Still like a tank. So awesome. Oh, you figured out how to unsolo yourself, did you?
We zoomed in on us too. Look, we're in this double close position. We got to be like this. This is different. This is that.
Creepy, yeah. I like the other format much better.
What other than the close up?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Either way. So I here. Oh, you know what? Having guitars on hangers though, and Ben can attest to this if he's here with us. That when you've got guitars out on racks or on hangers, you become much more familiar with making minor adjustments to the truss rod on the fly because you know that that's all the guitar needs to play right. Like Ben always says, nothing else changed. If you pick it up and something's going on, it's probably the truss rod. And most people that, me, I only need a couple of truss rod shapes and I can handle all these. But I tell you, it's cold enough. And then you've been experiencing these massive dip-de-doos. You're going 50 degrees in either direction every day, aren't you?
Yeah. And it's, and so nothing wants to stay in tune. So it's like, okay, well, I'll tune it. And then I'm just going to wait until we get into solid temperatures where we're not going back and forth before anything gets an adjustment.
Well, but still, when you grab the guitar you want to play, and it's not that you can tell if it needs a quick adjustment. It's not that hard to do. You just feel the relief, or you're like, or just grab a different guitar. But usually,
in the Gretsch is like that. The neck has moved and it is ready for an adjustment. And if I want to play, because it's just weird. I'm getting some. I'm getting some buzzing on it that I wasn't before.
Part of the reason this thing's buzzing so much is if
so we're gonna go ahead and have to do that, and we're gonna have to take a look at the bridge too. but it's about time. It's about due first strings as well. So we got some things going on there.
There's like no relief. There's like 2,000.
So what about those chainsaw machine gun cases? Those, I guess he's talking about the Gibson cases, the chainsaw cases.
Yes, I give them an A++. Except they do have some back in the day that had those plastic latches that became bad latches, but the cases themselves are freaking hardcore bulletproof.
Eddie Fay, I will tell you on the Gator cases, I have an acoustic Gator case, and it's one of their higher end ones, and it's fantastic.
I love my Gator case. This sticker case number 2 is a Gator case. And I love it. I've had it for years. It was also my dad's. So it's been in the family for 20-something years.
Unfucking Believable says he does not like those chainsaw cases. He says they're awful heavy and they don't protect all that well. So, but it's really kind of funny because people always, those seem to be sought after cases for whatever reason. I don't get it myself.
Right. But I think that just Gibson's break, that the neck and the neck angle and whatever it is, people break them. Yeah, they break, especially if the case is standing up and it falls over. Wham! They break. It's bad.
So Vox Guitar Rock says he used to use the hard shell cases they sell at Long and Quaid, no problem.
Yeah. So like used to be, you could walk in and walk out with a CNC or whatever it was, GNC or whatever, some kind of tweed square hard shell case for $110 out of the Guitar Center. And then that blew up like overnight and it was $200. And I was like, I can't buy cases here anymore. And then I could get them online, but then online now has become $150 plus shipping. So you wait for a sale and then you get it at 20% off and then you buy 2 and then maybe that reduces the shipping and then maybe your cost is $130 each. Right. And then I still tell whoever it's 150 because by then I've taken my time and I've spent my money,
I see what you did there, Coombs.
What did Ben do?
He said restring it when you do the 12, Charles. Now, see, Ben wants me to go ahead and take my 12 string Sigma and restring it live. He wants me to do a live stream, restringing the Sigma.
How about this, Charles? We'll have a race. I'll restring 4 6-string guitars, and you restring the 12-string.
And you probably still win.
But I've also got the fast winder. That's not fair. But and we'll just take the hour doing it, and then probably I'll screw something up. When you do 4 restrings, plus on my restrings, I would have to I cannot take the strings off and not clean the frets. That's you cannot change strings and not clean the frets. That's not cool. And some of these guitars, they need like another hit with 600, 1500, then like a full fret polish because they've been around a little while. I want to get them shined up. Like brand new.
So we got Devil's Horns, Alien Head, Rob Blackmore official in the chat, and welcome in. Talking about cases today,
not court cases, right? We're not going to disclose that. I plead the 5th, and no, I wasn't in Costa Rica, and no, I didn't leave the country. I was here the whole time. You had eyes on me. I was hang gliding and going to work and hang gliding and going to the beach and going to the beach.
You know what, Coombs? I tell you what, we'll do a live restring on that 12 string. But you got to be there for all 16 hours of it live.
It'll be a marathon. It'll be the stringathon. Stringathon 2000. We're going to string the 12 string and we're not leaving until we've got $4,000 in donations, or Charles is restringing the 12 string. And if you're restringing it, Charles, you might as well cut the nut. Do you have the files?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
I don't. That is the one thing because I'm been of the opinion of if I'm going to spend money on files, because no matter what set of files you get, they tend to be expensive if you want good ones. And I want to only have to buy them once.
Yeah, but I bought used, cheap, shitty ones, and because I use them so infrequently, I use them. Now I use them. I'd be cut a nut when I build a guitar, so once a month. And so I might even have an extra to send you to where you'd have like a 9 through 46 or something, so that you could cut most. But I don't know about maybe I could just send you a 52.
I've heard kinds of all the nightmare stories about all the cheap ones you buy. Right, they're not really the size they say they are, and so
could be. Just use your calipers and just test it, right, and see how.
Right, but I don't want to buy it and then test it, find out it's wrong, and then have to buy something else. I'd rather buy something that I could trust and just be done. Spend the money once.
You can buy Music Nomad, but here's the problem. I mean, you can buy Music Nomad because it's fantastic stuff. Be forewarned. When you use Music Nomad, use half of what you might use with a different file, because they work so well and they're diamond coated, and you can blow through. You can just think, oh, I'm just going to go tip, 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 and just take down a thou, and boom, you took down an 8th thou. Like, oh, whoa, now if you're doing a customer's guitar, you don't want to fill a nut slot. You're going to make a new nut.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, so Randy's asking me when I got that Sigma and to send him a picture of it. Randy, I will go ahead and I'll do that later. But I've had that thing hiding underneath this desk for about a year.
Dude, it was so fun watching Ben play last Monday night. It was Monday night. He was playing the Presley. He was shredding it, getting amazing tone, and having a good time, and had a smile on his face. I was mainly lurking because that was the situations on Monday, typically. But it was great to see him shredding it. Thank you for playing that thing.
Unbelievable says he won't be a co-host on that stream, the restring.
Yeah, we're gonna need numerous co-hosts for that extended stream. It's gonna be a while. So, and next week we might have a special guest co-host, because I have to probably be at the dentist, unless I get to the dentist before then. But Presley needs to get his tooth fixed, or I'm getting brand new teeth installed. No, I'm not. I just need.
So Ben says he only files a nut if he really needs to. Too many people mess with their nuts and wreck them.
Right. It happens real quick, right? And then you're filling a slot, and then you're double filling a slot, and that's not what you want to be doing.
And yours is just like I got a couple guitars that were like it's one string. It's just one string that needs to be taken care of, and that.
What? If it's too low or too high?
I've got one that is the B string. It must have a burr in it because it gets caught up and does the pingy thing when you're tuning it.
So you could take, in that case, I might take the whatever string it is, take the gauge down, and take some sandpaper and just kind of just take some sandpaper and floss that little slot with some sandpaper. With just a little folded sandpaper, just floss it and clean it. That'll get that burr out of there, probably. That might do it. That's something that we would do for pingy pingers. And then sometimes if they're sometimes they're pulled real tight in the angle. If it's not a straight pull, if it's a breakaway, it's just pulling against that angle, right? So you almost have to round the slot as it goes out with sandpaper, not with the file.
And Wayne McConnell, he's been rocking out on his 12-string electric acoustic for at least 10 minutes, and he's having a ball.
Nice.
How's it tuning that, Wayne? How is it tuning it?
Well, I mean, is it tuned to like an open tuning? Is it, what do you got? Is it standard E for that 12-string? That's cool. That's amazing. I used to have a Continental 12-string that I sold a long, long time ago. One of the first on Reverb. Continental 12-string. Nice. Are you pulling out? You're pulling out something special.
Oh, crap. That didn't do it.
What?
All right. So can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, but I can't hear you. All right. How about that?
I can hear you. You're great. Uh-oh. Are you back?
Yeah, I am back. I was reaching under because somebody said they wanted to see the 12 string.
And then everything went to hell.
And so I went to go pull it out.
Standard tuning.
Went to go pull it out and then unplug the speakers. So
that is beauteous.
See, if I had a co-host, he could solo me out, but
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting back here on my throne, chilling.
I know.
Beautiful.
But this is my Korean-made Sigma 12 string. And it came to me with only 6 strings on it. I got a really great deal on it, Seth. And
all you need.
But it came with only 6 strings, and it didn't have the pins. So a fella went and bought some pins and was going to do a restring. And then Ben started talking to me about how hard it was to tune and string these things. And I'm like, and so it's just kind of been hiding. So we have our strings. We have everything we need, right? We have our strings. Here's our strings. There's strings.
Yeah. You're just getting mental block. There's nothing to it but to do it. It doesn't take, it takes a little bit long. It takes, twice as long, 3 times as long. He's just
been trolling me about going ahead and doing it live and doing it live and doing it live.
Yeah, I get it. Doing anything live is
but here's the thing. Here's like the agreement. You have to have signed an NDA on coming to the show to get the link to come to the show, and you have to agree you're going to stay the whole time, and you're going to give it a thumbs up, and you're going to send a $14,000 super chat, and just a couple of other considerations.
Rico wants to hear it, man. But there's only 6 strings on it right now.
There's only 6 strings on it, and it's not tuned. It's been sitting in the case, so we're not going to do that to people.
We're not doing that to anybody. I can't hide the comments are moving. You guys type way faster than I can move.
Let me see how bad is it? Hold on.
Yeah, check the tuning.
Oh, it's
hold on. Play that chord again. That was a beautiful chord.
Wasn't that just beautiful?
Yeah. Dude, that was the chord that I think I played for like the first 4 years of my guitar career was that note. Plank. Look what I learned how to play, Mr. Presley. Plank. Hold on.
It's Quentin fucking James.
Yep.
Oh my.
That was hilarious. That was fantastic. The tuning on that was perfect. It was the perfect tuning. That's I think the same tuning that a lot of bands use nowadays.
Yep. I think I did get the right pins for it, so I think we're in good shape. So we've got everything that we need to do it, and now we're just gonna have to go ahead and
Quentin, hold on. You're talking about the 35 people in here. You want to talk about the 3 lonely people over on my channel?
Wait, hold on. There's 36 in here.
I'm just saying, there's 36 in here, but on my channel, there's 3 people. That's hilarious. That's funny. Anyway, so oh wait, no one wanted to hear me play, so they wanted to hear you play that guitar, Charles.
We unfortunately that would not be a good idea for anybody.
Well,
but there is a video that is getting ready to come out on my channel maybe this weekend.
Okay.
But I haven't filmed it yet. But there are some things I've been really considering and weighing this idea of restringing this 12-string live. Seriously.
Okay.
And but the thing is, Ben has to agree to come onto the show and heckle me the whole time.
Okay.
And we're going to count how many subs he loses during the course of the stream.
Wait, hold on. He eats a gummy every string.
And then
That's too many
that's an idea. That's a cool idea.
Too many
But
guns.
but there's some things that have been purchased in order just to make this video.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh wait, you got a camera set up like a.
And our buddy Josh just rolled in. Ben says done. He's in.
Beautiful.
So Eddie Faye, I'm using a couple things for a tuner. I have a tuning app that I used when I was playing violin, and that's called TE Tuner. You pay a little bit more for it. It's a paid app, and it actually works really well.
TB Tuner?
No, TE Tuner. And so I usually use that on the fly, and then I have and of course, I use the tuner on the Spark quite a bit.
I use my Spark tuner all the time.
And but I've been wanting to get a TU3 pedal to tune with as well.
Oh, okay, all right. $5 pitch pipe.
Do a level and crown first, Charles. Oh God! You see how they're adding on everything to this?
Do that live, right? Just jump in and just get it done.
Do it,
yeah. Just do the live. Just do the live level.
And Rico says there are now 4 watching on your channel. So
yes. See, I knew somebody could double stream, Charles. I knew somebody could double. Can you do echo cancel? Hold on, I want to show you what this guitar sounds like.
All right, hold on just a sec. We get to it first. Okay.
How's that level?
It sounds pretty good on this end. That was a good one, Randy.
I was trying to get that. I just wanted to show that I got that finally. Kinda. And it was, Charles.
Right.
That's exactly, it's
good tip there, Bo. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Bo is making sure I put that bridge nut back the way, that bridge saddle, I guess he's talking about. Put it back in the right position, or the intonation will be way off on all the strings. So.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I'm clicking your echo cancellation back on.
Click, click, click. Here, hold on. Something's wrong, Charles. There's echo. What's going on? It got better, Charles. I don't know what was going on. Wait, hold on. There's an echo again. I just don't know why I'm lost inside the guys. Okay, Charles.
So Quentin James with a question. Seth, how do you clean a rosewood fretboard? He says he uses 4-aught steel wool and a bit of lemon oil.
I do the same thing with the steel wool, and then I just hit it with, I got the Nomad oil. Same thing. Lemon oil, if you got it, it's all good.
Michael Krause says the problem with dual streams is we all go to the chat with more people. And YouTube should figure out how to combine the chats. Yeah, that's the big complaint about that, Michael Krause. We did when we decided to go ahead and start double streaming it. We didn't realize that was going to happen, but
I'm just here chilling with y'all. That's what I'm having fun doing. So
and Quentin says when restringing that 12 string, just remember the fat girl never goes on top. So the 2 strings, one's thinner than the other.
That's a microaggression, bro. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The land of my.
Eddie is asking you, how about beeswax with an orange scent?
On the
Fretboard.
fretboard? No. Nope. But maybe Eddie's got it figured out. Eddie's a man.
Eddie is
knows what he's doing. So I don't know. I just haven't. So I don't like the orange scent that much. I don't want to tell you about. I was abused with oranges as a child, Eddie. Squeezed in my eyes, and I just can't get past those beatings, and all the oranges coming. So I can never go to Florida, and I can't smell oranges.
Can't go to Florida.
I could go to Florida, but I have to stay away from the orchards. Yep. Wax seems like a string killer. You might be right with that. But I have waxed my fretboards to make them darker. I've used wax to darken them. But then I buffed the hell out of them. Yep.
Oh, they're getting all kinds of good advice now. What? If the frets are real bad, break out the belt sander.
Or, yeah, exactly. Just scrape them on down. So...
Hey, Faze, I'm not talking about using real orange.
My eyes! I keep getting oranges all over in my eyes. Sorry. I've got crabs in my eyes.
This is deteriorating really quickly, and it is 9:02.
Sorry, I have to go to a birthday party. It's very far away. And so luckily, my wife is going to feed me dinner, and then she's driving, and then I'm driving home. So that's the way it is.
Excellent. Well, once again, so we've reached the end of our Friday show. We want to thank all you wonderful people for being here in the chat. And
there's an echo somewhere. Sorry, guys. Man, I appreciate you, Charles. Hold on. I appreciate you, Charles. Wait, hold on. If I start going just a little bit, it's just reverb. And if I go further, it becomes reverb and echo. I go further. It just becomes echo. Crazy.
You gotta love it. Well, thank you everybody for coming. We had a great show. My guest this Sunday on Chatting with Charles, River Docs.
Oh, River Docs, tie-dye in the house.
Just saying.
Yeah. Be there.
I think Ben has a show on Sunday night too, but who's his guest again? Ben, who is your guest on Sunday? Ben?
9 thumbs up. Sunday? Yes, Rico. Thank you.
Benjamin, guest on Sunday? Do we have a guest on Sunday?
Mm-hmm. He gave me the link. I'm on
link.
Make
you go all the way to the channel. No, it's not up yet.
Link. Lockout.
All right, so but make sure you check out all the shows this weekend. We know we've got some great things going. We know that I don't know if Ryan OU812 is going to be on this weekend. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Ben has this guy named RJ Ronquillo on Sunday. Just,
What?
Yeah.
So, one thing that I really cherish in my life, Charles, is that the week before I went on Ben's show, he had, what's the guy? Super famous from LA. I'm losing that. The studio musician that everybody watches. Tim Pierce on. I was like, yeah, hey, buddy, just go look at me. I'm the week after Tim Pierce.
Hey, I had to follow Charles Green, so
Yeah, Charles Green is amazing. I love Charles Green's stories, dude.
All right, well, everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Sunday, and we'll work.
I'll be back Wednesday. Charles will hopefully bail me out of the bullshit. Yep. All right, guys.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and
people.
I think we're going to play a theme song here on the way out.
Come on, people, Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn one volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me, we're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down. One volume,